What's up, guys? Higgins in Japan here with another edition of the Friday video. The Friday video is the video that I make right here in my car on the way home from work, and you guys get to come along with me and share in the driving experience that is me driving home from work. I haven't made a joke about running a red light in a long time, so hopefully I won't run one in this video. Haha, jokes. Anyways, so what's on the agenda for today's Friday video? Well, first let's get some news and things out of the way. Here in Japan, it's July 1st. Summer has already started to rear its ugly head, and how can you get around that? How can you deal with that? Well, my friends, let me tell you. Go to the Just Japan podcast, episode 113, and you can hear me talk along with a couple other people, 3 other people actually, so a few other people, about how to beat the heat in Japan. It was a fun time, always exciting for me to be on the Just Japan podcast. I always have a lot of fun with Kevin and whoever else happens to be on at the time. It's good times. Check it out. Link in the description below. So yeah, it's hot, it's summer, and all that good stuff. But today's episode, I don't want to talk about the heat. I don't want to talk about surviving the heat. Today I want to talk about something that kind of came up in conversation briefly on Twitter between myself and Charlie Sakatsu. Check out his channel as well. Links in the description below. But he does similar videos of him just kind of walking around Japan. Kind of similar to, like, you know, what I do, except I drive. And really like his videos because, once again, somebody that makes really good content about, you know, everyday normal life in Japan without being crazy. So I enjoy and appreciate his videos, so go check those out. Anyways, we were briefly talking, had a brief conversation on Twitter about learning Japanese, and it kind of got me thinking because this week I had a like, not run-in, because that sounds like something bad happened. I just had like an interaction with some random Japanese people. I was walking to my car to go to the grocery store, and these 2 older ladies were walking down the street, and they turned around, and one of them kind of gave me that look of like, I think I know you, but I'm not quite sure if I do. And so she just turned around and started talking to me, and we started talking about, she was asking me like what I do and like how long I've lived in Japan, and what else did she ask? Oh, she found out I was a teacher. She wanted to know like where I taught at, like what school, and you know, just stuff like that. And my Japanese is by far what I want it to be and what it actually could and should be at, because, oh, email, gotta get that out of the way. Anyways, because like I just don't study as much as I should. But a couple of years ago, that conversation would have gone completely in a different direction, where it just would have been me probably just saying, I'm sorry, I don't understand anything, and walking away, or like shuffling away in shame because my Japanese was so bad. But anyways, Charlie and I were just kind of briefly talking about, you know, studying Japanese, and for me, I kind of aired my frustration with like, I know that for my Japanese to be better, I need to study. And I know that for me to have better interactions with people and have better conversations with people, that I need to study my Japanese, and I don't. And so I get frustrated when I can't communicate with someone as well as I would like to. But like, that frustration, I don't have anyone to blame for other than myself. If I took the time to study, if I took the time to practice, if I took the time to study more than what I do, then I would be a lot better at my Japanese than what I am now. And that's frustrating because, like, I've lived in Japan since 2012, and like, my Japanese just sucks at times. You know, and that's the thing, like, I've gotten questions like, do you have to know Japanese to make it around in Japan. And you don't really. I mean, you can get by with very, very little Japanese, but like I've said before in other videos, like, it's not fun. Like, honestly, if you're in a big city like Tokyo, you are going to have a higher probability of meeting or running into people that already speak a little bit of English, but there's zero guarantee of that. Yeah, you have a higher chance of that, but if you go to a convenience store, like, there's no guarantee that that person working at 7-Eleven can help you find whatever you're looking for. Or if you need directions, there's no guarantee that the guy working at the train station is going to be able to speak English. Yes, that does exist and that does happen. But man, I really wish that I would have studied a lot sooner, studied in college. Like, now my college didn't offer any Japanese, but that, I mean, you don't have to study at a university to study a language. And I wasted too much time in college focusing on the wrong things and not focusing on my future. And so take that as you will. Take that as a bit of a warning or advice to you. If you're in college now and you want to come to Japan, study Japanese, like study reading and writing, speaking, practice as much as you can, just because you might run into people that can help you in English. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's so much easier to just be able to communicate with someone in Japanese. And so, like, I kind of wish I would have done that beforehand. And so now, you know, I use things, I have a couple different apps that I use, and I have a book that I don't use, and I used to take classes. And that's the other thing, is if you do live in Japan, check with like your local city, you know, because there is a good chance that your town offers either very cheap language classes or free language classes, in which case that's a good opportunity for you to practice even more. And then all of this got me thinking about, like, my videos are designed to help you guys, the viewers, and I know that there's a lot of people that are interested in moving to Japan or visiting Japan, and you want to be able to communicate while you're over here. And I thought, well, I can tell a story about how I regret not taking classes, but what can I do to help you guys that are watching this video? And it reminded me that a friend of mine, and also YouTuber, makes videos about life in Japan, but also Japanese IRL, Jenny Silver. She teaches online, and so she teaches on a website called Cafe Talk. And not only can you learn like languages on there, you can learn like how to play the guitar, or yoga, or what else? Calligraphy, a whole bunch of other stuff. And so I reached out to her and said, hey, I want to make this video about learning a language, learning Japanese, but I want to be able to offer somebody some help if they want to learn Japanese. And she said, wow, that's crazy, because like right until now until September, Cafe Talk is actually running a promotion that if you start a new account with them and sign up, you'll get 500 points that you can then use towards a class of your choosing. So it doesn't have to be Japanese, but if you want to learn some Japanese, there's Japanese lessons to be learned. And I will put a link in the description, so that way you guys can head over there, get some free points, learn how to do something. Maybe it's not Japanese, maybe you want to learn how to do yoga, or maybe you want to learn how to play the guitar. Those are things that are available on Cafe Talk. And so it's super cool that she was able to, like, we were able to just connect on like the timing and everything. So now until September, so you've got 2 months. You get a free 500 points that you can use for any type of class. Also, she said that if you check out her, I guess her profile, her channel thing there on Cafe Talk, she's got some videos up of what classes are like. And from what I understood, they're usually like one-on-one, and they are kind of like a Skype type thing where you've got the teacher and the student and a set amount of time that you do your lesson. And so you're learning from native speakers if you're going the language route. So check that out if you want to learn some Japanese. So there you guys go. Hopefully that helps you out, and hopefully you'll learn from my mistake or one of my mistakes, and you'll practice some Japanese, because honestly, like, once you're here, people go, oh well, you know, I'll just study it while I'm here. I don't. There's stuff that I want to do. Like, it's the weekend now, because this is the Friday video, so tomorrow will be Saturday, so the weekend, and I've got a couple things planned, but like, studying is not one of those things, and it should be. Studying should be something that you put some time into. And like I said, check with your city. The town that I used to live in offered classes once a week, 250 yen, so like $2 for a 2-hour class. And I think the biggest my class ever was 6 people and one student or one teacher. So and sometimes, depending on your level, it was like one-on-one. So like, I did have to buy a book for that class, so you know, I was out the money for the book. But the classes, $2 a week to learn a language. Like, you honestly can't beat that. So if you live in Japan, check that out. Like, check with your local city to find out if your town offers something like that. Because, like I said, you can get around Japan, and you can make it in Japan without knowing the language. But you will miss out on relationships, on friendships, on just like little interactions with people, like I had the other day with the 2 ladies just that wanted to talk about whatever. They wanted to know if I missed America. They wanted to know all that kind of stuff, and it was really cool. It was a really cool and fun conversation, and like, it was great, and I enjoyed talking to them. And like I said, a couple of years ago, that conversation might not have gone very well at all. And who knows, in a couple of years, I'll look back and say, man, that conversation went bad. Like, look at my skills now. I hope that that's what I can do. So, learn from my mistake. Study some Japanese while you're here. Check out Cafe Talk. Check out the Just Japan podcast. All those things. Facebook.com/Higgins in Japan for more. I don't know what else to tell you. It's the weekend. Have a good one, guys. Be safe. Peace.